welcome to Ones to Watch, powered by Football Index, where you bet on the football stock market by buying shares in the world's top players. I'm joined, as always, by resident pundit Alan McInally. How are we, Al?
I'm good, Emma, thanks. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Should we crack straight on?
Yes.
Who is our first one to watch this week?
Well, you and I have spoken about him before, and put it this way, he's on everybody's tongues at the moment in time because he's signed on a season-long loan from Chelsea to my old club, Aston Villa, and it's Ross Barkley. Listen, a little disappointed that maybe things didn't work out for him as well as I thought they might do at Everton, because I thought he might, and I can't remember, how much did Chelsea pay for him, actually? You'll know that. Was it 50 mil? Listen, you've got to think that was good business by Chelsea. Again, it's kind of been a struggle for him to cement a place in that Chelsea midfield because, after all, there is a lot of big names, and obviously Frank's brought a few names in this summer as well. But he's still a good player, and just think, to be honest, had it not been for COVID-19, he just might have been in fact, he wouldn't have just might be. He would have been in the England squad for 2020. So he's in and around that as well. So I think it's a wonderful signing for my old club, albeit on loan for the season.
It certainly is. And where do you see him fitting into that Villa team?
Well, that's the big thing, isn't it? I suppose Dean Smith now has a problem in terms of, he's certainly brought a couple of players in, including, of course, Bertrand Traore, who's come in. So I can only presume that he'll still play with that back four, which will be Cash and Target, Ezra Konza and Mings, and then he'll probably go so he'll probably play 4-2-3-1, play with the one up top, and he's going to play Grealish on the left-hand side, probably Traore on the right-hand side, and Ross Barkley playing in that little number 10 role, which is a problem then for Hourihane and McGinn, who have done so well. And I throw in as well, we've got like, so I wrote them down, El Ghazi, Jota, Trezeguet, El Mohammadi and Nakamba. So there is real competition in the Villa midfield to try and get in the team. But I would think he's strongest off the front if we just play that one up top. And he's got the option, obviously, to do different than that. But Grealish, Bartley and Traore for Aston Villa, I think will be fantastic with a couple of deep defenders in probably Hourihane. And of course, I forgot actually, that's Douglas Luiz. So it's going to be a tough one, but it's a great signing, I think, and it gives Dean Smith a headache that he should want, to be honest.
Well, Aston Villa fans, let us know in the comments, what do you think of new boy Ross Barkley? Now, our next one to watch is Edinson Cavani, 33 years of age and a free agent now after leaving PSG with some unbelievable stats out.
International footballing megastar. Being unbelievably good at PSG. I think he's been a free agent for quite a bit. He's been linked to quite a few clubs. Excuse me, Emma. But I think his wages were high, Emma, I think, was it?
Over £1 million a month, his wages.
A month?
A month, yeah.
Well, so what's he looking for? 12 million a year. I mean, that's good. But just, what's that? It's 3 million short of what you get. So, I mean, it's still good.
In my dream.
Still good money if you can get it. Listen, he's a free agent. I know that he was linked with Inter Milan, for sure. I don't know if he was linked with Man City, but I don't know why I thought that Man City might be interested in taking him. I suppose the point, I knew his wages were going to be high. So all of a sudden, that kind of reduces the amount of teams that may be interested for him. Manchester United, they could certainly afford him. Could he get in the team? Yeah, I think he could. I remember a South American journalist speaking about him actually not long ago, and he couldn't believe how he hadn't been picked up, albeit he did flag up that his wages were pretty astronomical. But in terms of his age being 33 years old, he said he's not like a 33-year-old. He's still box to box. He's still pretty explosive. And he's a good team player. He can get you goals. And I think, I don't know, you probably know the stats better than I, to be fair.
Well, for PSG in all competitions, he played 301 games, scored 200 goals and provided 43 assists. Now, that's unbelievable. Also, though, for Uruguay, Al, 115 games played and 50 goals. So he is a proven goal scorer at the highest level, isn't he?
Now, that's the great quote you've just come out with. I'm glad you've said it. He's a proven goal scorer. Now, people will say that he played in the best team in France, so he's going to score a lot of goals. Well, he was in competition with Neymar and Mbappe and everybody else they've got in the team, to be honest. But the fact he's a free agent, the fact that those stats say he's a proven goal scorer, especially the one with Uruguay, because I don't know what game they would play that wouldn't mean an awful lot, because every time they pull on that Uruguay shirt, it means a lot. So for him to get 50 goals and still only 33, I mean, when you talk about Man City, especially even if I throw in the Manchester United thing, you think of what of the older guys have they brought in? Nobody, when they signed Ibrahimovic, they were like, oh, surely not. He was unbelievable. Now, Cavani, I'm sure, could do exactly the same thing. I think a lot of the Man United fans would still go around, well, he's 33. But if you look at his stats and you look at the way he played, I don't see any reason why just maybe, he wouldn't be on the peripheral of thinking of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer if they're not going to bring someone else in. He is, after all, a free agent, and Man United could afford his wages.
They certainly could. Well, Manchester United fans, feel free to have your say in the comments below and let us know what you think. Now, our final one to watch this week is one for all the Leeds United fans. Patrick Bamford, 27 years of age, joined Leeds in 2018 from Borough for between 7 and 10 mil. Obviously, it's been a step up for him this season, moving up to the Premier League, Al. What have you made of him so far?
I think he's done fantastic because he's already under microscope, because people said he probably couldn't score goals in the Premiership. I think you've got to look down the line of the manager here, because everybody at Leeds trusts Bielsa, and Bielsa's got him as a starter, Emma. So, and listen, incidentally, this is exactly where you should come in and cut me off, because you've watched a lot more of Leeds United, a lot more of Patrick Bamford, and you're kind of in touch with the Leeds vibe about Patrick Bamford.
Yeah, I think last season, the Championship, I think, fans were worried about how he might adapt to the step up to the Premier League, but he's taken to it like a duck to water. He's been so impressive so far, so much so that obviously the record signing, Rodrigo, he's keeping him out of the team, which speaks for itself. And also, if you look at his stats so far, it's obviously early days, but 3 games, 6 shots, 4 shots on target, 3 goals, 1 assist, 1 penalty won, 67% shot accuracy, a 50% conversion rate. They are some stats, aren't they?
Isn't he good?
Go on,
hey, listen, for the whole season, he's going to be... the doubters will be dying for him not to do well because they said he couldn't do it. There's nothing better as a football player sometimes when you get a bit of stick and you're trying to prove people wrong. It's down to Patrick. So far, he's done exactly the right thing. Scores a goal against Liverpool. People say, well, it was a gift. Still got to put it in the back of the net. You know, if he doesn't run and put Van Dijk under pressure, Van Dijk doesn't make the mistake and he doesn't put it in the net. There's nothing wrong with what he's doing right now. Whether or not he will be the reason that he keeps Leeds United in the Premier Division, we'll have to see. He's certainly been brilliant so far, and I go back to the manager. The manager trusts him to score goals in the Premiership, and right now, he's the guy that holds the number 9 shot.
Yeah, I think that's given him a lot of confidence. And if he carries on with this form, Al, can you see him being talked into the England conversation?
Oh, wow. I'd love to throw that back to you and say, do you think he'll get in the England team?
Well, I mean, I'd obviously say yes, wouldn't I? But I think you look at the England team now, and in your opinion, where does he match up?
No, he doesn't yet. Genuinely, he doesn't yet. I don't think he's at that level. He's certainly not a Kane or a Rashford or a Greenwood. And it's not because they play at one of the elite teams in the league. The bottom line is, if Patrick Bamford keeps going on the trajectory that he's going at the moment, then there'd be no reason for Gareth Southgate not to think, hang on a minute, this boy's done brilliantly well. And incidentally, playing for a team that so much is expected of them. It's all right playing for, and I don't like mentioning teams that I don't think are ever going to win the league, but like I don't know, just another team that maybe they're like, oh, we didn't win today, oh, that's unlucky. It's, Leeds United's not like that. It's just not. They expect to win and they want to win because there's pressure put on you at specific football clubs. And Leeds United are one of them. And now they're back in the top flight. They don't want to be boiling down back into the Championship. He'll have to keep it going then, basically. Simple as that.
Go on, Bamford. Well, Leeds United fans, feel free to have your say in the comments below. Let us know. Do you reckon he could be talked into that England conversation? Al, as always, thank you so much. And thank you for joining us for this week's Ones to Watch, powered by Football Index, where you bet on the football stock market by buying shares in the world's top players. Cheers, Al. See you later.
Thanks, Em.